ドジャース本拠地で無傷の8連勝、大谷翔平は再始動へ。日本時間4月13日、米国時間12日、ドジャースタジアムで行われた MLB2025 シーズンのドジャース対カブス第2戦は、ホームのドジャースが見事な勝利を収め、本拠地開幕から無傷の8連勝を飾った。スポーツネット LA によると、この日はロサンゼルスの熱烈なファンが詰めかけ、まるでマジックキャッスルのようと称えられるほどの熱気に包まれたという。先発は日本の若き怪物、佐々木朗希が務め、前回フィリーズ戦に続き抜群の安定感を披露。また、リードオフの大谷翔平は前日連続出塁記録が29試合で止まったものの、この日は再スタートを切る快音を響かせ、観客を沸かせた。試合後、ロバーツ監督は、佐々木の速球とスプリットが冴え渡り、昨日の山本由伸に続き最高のピッチングだった、と高評価。さらに番組内で、大谷が投手復帰に向けて約30球のブルペン投球を順調にこなしたことも報告された。ドジャースはこの勝利で本拠地ドジャースタジアムでの強さを改めて証明した。詳しい監督、選手インタビューや試合後のコメントは、この後日本語字幕付きでお楽しみください。
Here's Dave Roberts' lineup card for the middle game of the series with the Cubbies. It's Shohei, Mookie, and Freddie to lead things off. Teoscar Hernandez moves back to the cleanup spot against a right-hander tonight. Michael Conforto in left field. Tommy Tanks batting sixth, followed by Max Muncy, Andy Pajes, and then Austin Barnes will be catching Roki Sasaki for the second straight start. Dodgers 7-0 this season here at Dodger Stadium. Second best home start since the team moved here from Brooklyn. You go back to 2009, James. Your Dodger team in 2009 started 13-0. That was the year Vin Scully started calling Dodger Stadium the Magic Castle because so many incredible things were happening here. But this place has always provided such a tremendous home field advantage for the Dodgers.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the enthusiasm the fans bring, the energy, it's all here. And, you know, who knows how to really quantify that? But I think there is something to it. You know, guys want to get that big hit for the fans, right? Guys are locked in, you know, just everything about it. You know, the ball can fly during the daytime, which is always great for us. So I think you got to keep that rolling tonight. And it's really just having good at-bats and throwing strikes. That's really the blueprint for winning games. And winning games at home, we'll leave it up to the fans at the end.
When you have exciting fans like the Dodgers do, it's huge as a player. I mean, make no mistake. I mean, you're playing a 162 game. You're going to be tired at times. You're not going to be as focused, you know, when you're coming at times for whatever reason, you know, life hits you. But they bring it out of you. They're your second win when you need it. They're the focus when you need it because they're into the game and they come and they bring it every single time you're at home. The other thing, though, too, is Dodger Stadium. I mean, when you're in this stadium, I mean, that's the ground, the infield, the place, it's second to none. It's one of the best in all of baseball. And then you're in that batter's box, and everything is just feels so comfortable and just allows you to be to the best of your ability. And now the facilities are just incredible, off the charts. So you know you're preparing yourself. The mindset, physically, mentally, everything about it is for you to go out there and be your best, and they're doing it.
And you guys have talked about this before, and Jerry has as well. Sometimes you go to another city, and there might not be as many fans in the stands. You almost have to create your own energy. You never have to do that here at Dodger Stadium. Well, last night was a perfect winning script, a blueprint, if you will, for success. You have Yoshi go the first 6 scoreless innings, then you hand it over to that great bullpen with Yates, Trinan, and Scott to finish it out. Right now, let's head back inside, check in once again with Kirsten Watson. Joining us live, she has more on that Dodgers bullpen. Hi, Kirsten.
Hi, John. Well, that bullpen, they have been excellent as of late. It's been 3 straight games in which they have not allowed a run, and they're looking just to keep that consistency and that excellence going. Dave Roberts talked about just how valuable that group has been and how consistent that group has been to start the season.
It's been the best part of the best part of the club so far, the most consistent. I think that just the guy's ability to take the baseball whenever asked, pick up starters when needed, and it's just a collection of all those guys. And I can go individual by individual on what they've done for our ball club in this period of time.
And Phillips seemed close to coming back.
He's close. He was good yesterday. Velocity was really good. He's going to go again on Tuesday. He'll be going with Tony there in OKC. So he's coming. I think it's probably going to be a couple, 2 or 3 more, then he'll be back with us. So that's been good. Clayton is confirmed for OKC on Wednesday, so that's another good sign for us. And Michael Kopech, somebody asked about yesterday, threw a pen yesterday, and he's going to be here joining us and throw one on Tuesday. So Michael will be in town, so we'll get to put some eyes on him too. So things are slowly moving forward, and Blake Snell is going to pick up a baseball on Monday, which is a couple days away, and restart throwing again too.
So just focusing on the bullpen, there's still a little bit more time until Evan Phillips and Michael Kopech are returning to the team. But the guys that are here, whether it's Ben Kasparius, Jack Dreyer, to Tanner Scott, the group has been excellent, and their mindset is just one pitch at a time, get guys out, and give their team an opportunity to win, guys. Hi, John. Well, as you guys were saying, Roki Sasaki is coming off of his best start of his young big league career. And even with talking to his teammates after his last one, they were saying they could see his confidence with his delivery, his demeanor on the mound. There was a shift in it. And even Dave Roberts said afterwards that he just needed an outing like that to recognize that he understands at this level. Today, Dave Roberts talked about what he's hoping to see from him and how he can pick up where Yoshinobu Yamamoto left off yesterday.
Last night was a pretty good blueprint on what to do. You know, get ahead, mix in both of your breaking balls, and certainly the split is his primary, you know, secondary pitch. Command the fastball and fill it up. And so I think that Yoshi had really good rhythm last night, and if Roki can kind of simulate that, follow that, then we should be in good shape.
Talked last night about Yoshinobu and Roki having similar fastball split heavy repertoires. Because of that, would you eventually like to split them up in the rotation, or does their once-a-week schedule make that a little tough?
Yeah, I think that's a fair question. I think right now, obviously, with the once a week, it kind of in the way the schedule, the off days, it makes the most sense. But when we get into April, that's when things can sort of open up. You know, the days of rest for both those pitchers could possibly change, where then that conversation or that outcome might happen.
With how the rotation is set up at the moment, it is that Yoshinobu Yamamoto and then Roki Sasaki back-to-back. And as Dave Roberts was saying, they're going to continue to keep them on that once-a-week schedule. So even if you look ahead for this homestand, that Wednesday start, where if it was regular rest, it would be one in which Yoshinobu has to start. He's not going to. They're going to have someone come in and be a spot starter for that one. It could potentially be Bobby Miller. He was pulled from his AAA game yesterday after only throwing 55 pitches. So as much as Dave Roberts wasn't willing to commit to it just yet, he did say there might be a situation in which those two could relate to each other. But with keeping those guys, that's the schedule that they had in playing in Japan. So they want to keep them on that once-a-week schedule. And then once, whether it's players like Tony Gonsolin, who is working his way back to returning to the big league mound, Clayton Kershaw, who's also working his way back, or someone like Shohei Ohtani, once they get to more of that six-man rotation, which we've relatively been seeing here and there, then it's going to be more consistent. But for now, they are going to keep them in that kind of 1-2 spot with those two guys pitching behind each other.
And then let's check out Dave Roberts' lineup for this game against Cubs right-hander Ben Brown. It's Shohei, Mookie, and then Freddie to lead things off. Teoscar Hernandez sliding back to the cleanup spot. Michael Conforto in left field. Tommy Tanks batting sixth. Then you've got Max Muncy at third. Andy Pajes starting in center. Austin Barnes will do the catching. Roki Sasaki, the second straight start. James, what sticks out to you?
I mean, the middle of that lineup, because when you're facing the Cubs, you know, you think they're going to put up some runs. They've been putting up runs. So if the middle lineup can drive in our guys that are going to get on base, that's what I'm looking at tonight.
You know, I'm looking at Freddie Freeman. We talked about how exciting it was to see him back in that lineup yesterday. Excited to see him back out there. I know, you know, the competitor that he is, he's going, okay, this is my second time. All right, first game's out of the way. Now go out there. And he goes, I need some hits.
Well, and all good things must come to an end at some point. And for Shohei, his 29-game on-base streak, which stretched to last September, it came to an end last night with an 0 for 4. And you can tell, Nomar, he's not quite locked in as of yet. He's had 5 hitless games in the first 15 games. Last year took him 30 games before he had his 5th hitless game. But as we've seen with Shohei, any single night, any given night, he can snap out of it and just get on a tear.
Yeah, exactly. If you're the opposing pitcher, that's exactly what you're thinking. You're going, yeah, he's struggling. I don't buy it, and I don't want to be the pitcher that he opens up on. And that's exactly right. At any given night, you know, we always say when you have a streak like you did on base, just start a new one. You know, and I guarantee you, one is the on-base streak. It's another thing to go, I want those hit streaks, to be able to put those balls in play, get those hits, and that also tells you as a hitter that, hey, I'm feeling pretty good at the plate and things are starting coming and rolling. But it's one at a time. You're not going to have it all in one single day. He doesn't have to do that. One thing, the fact that he does lead off, so finding a way to get on, he has been doing that on a regular basis. So one person I'm not too worried about is his name is Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it because, being hitting on leadoff, you're going to get pitches to hit. Pitchers are taught to throw strike one. I know they can be scared of Shohei at times, but usually early on in the games, if no one's on base, that pitcher is trying to attack. And Shohei, over time, is going to get those hits on when he needs to. Boyd was a tough matchup for him last night, even though no one's really a tough matchup. But to have 2 Ks is, unlike him, and I'd look to get him back on track tonight.
All right, still more to come here from Dodger Stadium. Austin Barnes will be behind the plate to catch Roki Sasaki again, the same battery that we saw last Saturday in Philadelphia. We've got a game preview with Joe and Ike from the booth next.
It went well, right around 30 pitches. It was 4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball, and his split. Command was really good. Came out of it well. So, yeah, I think so. It's just going to continue to build on that, and we'll see where we go from there.
All right, so Shohei threw 30 pitches in that bullpen session, all fastballs mixed in some splitters, no breaking balls as of yet, James, but all sounds very encouraging for Shohei as he continues to work his way back.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing I heard of that was command, right? You know how a guy's going to command his pitches coming back like that. So that's great to hear. And obviously when you start facing, live hitters, you can get that feedback from those guys and say, okay, his ball is doing this or his ball is doing that. His fastball is moving away from us. This pitch is nasty. So that's always great to have. I know we have all the technology to see the spin rate and everything else going on, but it would be good to have feedback from hitters down the line.
Great news, exciting. He's already exciting what we see at the plate every single day, but to be able to see him get back there on the mound, I know that's what he wants to do, but you know what? He has his time. Take your time. Don't push it. Make sure you are fully ready. And the amazing thing, too, is, he's not going to go get some rehab starts. Right. They're not sending him down, because the importance that he means in that lineup. So, listen, he's going to go out there, make sure he gets to work, figure out when you have those side sessions, figure out when you have those simulated games, and be ready. Take your time. You have all the time in the world.
Boy, that's going to be an exciting day, though, when Shohei Ohtani makes his pitching debut for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Game of 2025. So we are going to give you the honors first.
All right, appreciate you, John. I'm going with my guy, Freddie Freeman. I like the chances tonight. Let's go, Freddie.
Okay, night after his bobblehead night. Nomar, where are you going to go?
Good call. We were talking about him earlier. Okay, his on-base streak ended. Well, he'll just start a new one. New hit. He's going deep today. Shohei Ohtani, he's going big fly.
All right, well, on the mound tonight for the Dodgers, it's going to be Roki Sasaki behind the plate catching him for the second straight start. Nomar, it's going to be Austin Barnes. They worked together last week in Philadelphia, and Roki, even though it was only 4 innings, it was the best start of his young career. What do you like about those two being together?
Well, I think in his last start, Dave Roberts touched on it before they went out there. Just that fact that Roki's been focusing, working on something, and who's the guy who's been catching him? Well, it's been Austin Barnes. Why? Because at times Will Smith is also focused on playing the game and getting ready. So they got a good rapport with each other, and Austin Barnes, we also know, is second to none when it comes to calling the game.
Yeah, I mean, why not? The familiarity right there, the good start last time. You got to get Austin Barnes in there every once in a while. Will Smith, I think, is going to have a great offensive year, so might as well let Barnes get this opportunity.
All right, win the day and you win the series. It's the Dodgers and the Chicago Cubs, the middle game of this 3-game set. Let's send it upstairs. Joe and Ike, gentlemen, take it away.
ドジャーススタジアムがまたしても奇跡の舞台となったロサンゼルス。ドジャースはホームで迎えたシカゴ、カブスとの3連戦。その重要な第2戦を迎えた試合前からスタジアムの熱気は最高潮。観衆は歓声と期待で満ち溢れている。今季ドジャースはホームで7戦全勝という無敵ぶりを見せつけ、まさに2009年の魔法の城と称された頃に匹敵する圧倒的な勢いを誇っている。今夜もまた奇跡が起こる予感が漂っていた。デーブ・ロバーツ監督が発表したこの日のスタメンはまさにオールスター軍団の豪華なラインナップだ。1番には世界が認める二刀流スター大谷翔平が堂々の登場。2番には攻守万能のムーキー・ベッツ。3番には打撃職人フレディ・フリーマンが控える。そして4番には豪快なパワーを持つテオスカー・ヘルナンデスが復帰。この超強力打線がカブスの右腕ベン・ブラウンを迎え撃つことになる。だが この夜の最大の注目は何といっても、侍、エース、佐々木朗希の投球だろう。先週フィラデルフィアで迎えた登板では、メジャーキャリア最高のピッチングを披露し、地元メディアを熱狂させた佐々木。ロバーツ監督は試合前、朗希の自信に満ちたマウンドでの姿勢、そして圧倒的なスプリットが鍵だ。昨夜の山本由伸が示した成功の青写真を今夜も実行してほしい、と力強く語った。その言葉の通り、佐々木には完璧な投球への期待が寄せられている。一方、ファンが特に心配するのは、やはり大谷翔平の状態だろう。昨夜の試合で連続出塁記録が29試合で途切れ、一部からは調子を崩したのかとの懸念の声も上がった。しかし解説陣は、大谷翔平に心配は無用だ。いつだって彼は一瞬にして試合の流れを変える存在だ。と断言した。大谷は先日のブルペン練習で30球を投げ、復帰に向けて順調な仕上がりを見せているという。速球とスプリットだけの投球練習とはいえ、彼の球威と制球力は完全に戻っており、登板復帰のカウントダウンは確実に始まっている。ドジャーススタジアムには特別な空気が漂っている。熱狂的なファンの声援、完璧に整備されたグラウンド、そして選手たちを最大限に輝かせる施設、まさに球界随一のホームフィールド、アドバンテージだ。疲れを感じる時も、ファンの声援が選手に第二の力を与える。と語る選手たち、そのエネルギーが今季のホーム無敗を支えている。また昨夜、ドジャースが示した勝利への完璧なシナリオも忘れてはならない。山本由伸が6イニング無失点の圧巻投球を見せ、その後ブルペンのせい、イエーツ、トライネン、スコットが完璧に締めた。このブルペン陣はここまで3試合連続無失点と、まさに最強のリリーフ陣と呼ぶにふさわしい活躍を見せている。ロバーツ監督もこのブルペン陣の安定感を今季のドジャースの最大の強みと絶賛し、その信頼を全面的に示している。一方で、ドジャースは投手陣のさらなる強化にも余念がない。現在リハビリ中のエヴァン、フィリックス、マイケル、コペック、クレイトン、カーショー、トニー、ゴンソリン、ブレイク、スネルらの主力投手が順調に回復を見せ、チームへの復帰が間近に迫っているとのこと。特にカーショーの復帰に向けた調整登板が近づいていることは、ファンにとっても明るいニュースである。今夜の試合では、先発の佐々木と保守オースティン、バーンズのバッテリーも注目だ。前回登板でも息の合ったコンビネーションを見せた両者は、今夜も抜群の連携でカブス打線を翻弄するだろう。佐々木にとってはさらにステップアップするための絶好の機会であり、若き侍の快投に世界が再び驚くことは間違いない。打線に話を戻すと、やはり鍵を握るのは1番打者の大谷翔平だ。調子が悪いという見方を一周するかのように、解説陣は口を揃えて、大谷はいつでも、どこでも、爆発できる選手、と断言した。相手投手にとっては大谷を相手にする恐怖が常につきまとう。今夜こそ、その真の実力を再び世界に見せつけることが期待される。試合の行方は誰にもわからない。しかし、ドジャースファンはこの強力な布陣を前に胸を躍らせ、選手たちの躍動を心待ちにしている。魔法の城、ドジャーススタジアムで再び奇跡は起きるのか。そして、大谷翔平はどんな伝説を今夜また生み出してくれるのか。その答えは試合開始の瞬間までわからないが、確かなことはただ一つ。ドジャースは今夜も勝利の歴史を刻む準備が整っているということだ。さあ、皆さんも一緒にドジャースを応援しよう。大谷翔平、佐々木朗希、山本由伸ら日本人スターの活躍を願って、この動画へのいいねと熱いコメントをぜひお願いします。今夜も共に熱狂し、夢の瞬間を共有しよう。